Welcome to Meadowsweet Farm Fiber Arts Design Studio. My name's Bonnie, and this is a podcast about the textile arts, weaving, knitting, spinning, and just about anything related to the making of cloth. It is also a podcast about the history of textiles, a few of the makers, and what gave them inspiration. Meadowsweet Farm is where I live with a Doberman, a cat, 3 horses, and, of course, my family. So please join me as I share my life and my creative process with you. Hi guys, I have to show you. I've been making beeswax candles, and please pardon my nails. I just got done planting some things for my fall garden. But look at these little beeswax candles. Are they ever so cute? They turned out perfect. Look at look, he has fur and a little tail. They are so cute. Adorable, adorable, adorable. So we've got the little bears, and then we have the beehive, which I love. Look at that. And then we have another beehive, which is this guy. And then we have the pine cone. So I love the speckled look on it. I just feel like it just adds a little bit of character to it. And that's from the beeswax. So I think what I'm gonna do is put these in my Etsy shop, and I think I'm gonna do sets. So maybe like a set of these, 3 of these, and then maybe a set of 3 or 4 of those, and a set of these as like 3 of those, and then maybe a set of 3 or 4 of the bears, and or a combination, so you can get like 1 of each. So so yeah, look, I just love these. I love the little bear. I think he is adorable. He is so cute. So I haven't figured out pricing yet on these, but I'm just so thrilled. So here's my soap. This is just curing right now, and these bars right here are vanilla and orange, and they have vitamin D and aloe in them. It gives a great lather. And then this is made with red palm oil, and this also gives a beautiful, beautiful lather. And this has it's got grapefruit essential oil, just a hint, not much. These are great to have at your kitchen sink. It gives a nice lather, and it's just a really nice sturdy soap. So this has red palm oil in it. Hi guys, I just wanted to show you the lather on this soap. The one thing that I did different is I used distilled water, and of course the red palm oil. And I want you to see how this lathers up. I don't know if it's going to come through, but you can see all the bubbles. of all the handmade soap I've had and I've purchased, let me show you this that I've purchased. Let's see if there's a difference. Okay, get the lather off. I just love it. It's not real oily. There's just enough oil that you know you're getting a little bit of oil and protection on your skin, but not overpowering. And I love the lather. Now this is soap that I purchased, and I don't know where it came from, but that has a nice lather too, a very nice lather. But even so, it's not nearly as bubbly as this soap with the red palm oil. So this is very nice subtle scent to that soap, and it does have, looks like some oatmeal in that, so it gives you a little bit of pumice. So yeah, I'm going to make another batch. I bought some white palm oil. I'm going to try that and see how that works, and I will keep you posted. Okay, so anyway, little technical difficulty. So today's Friday. I think it's probably about 6:30 in the evening, and I decided it was so nice and warm out that I just wanted to podcast out here. So like I said, behind me you can see some of the pine trees. That's actually like a wind barrier back there. It protects the house from the wind because I live pretty high up on a hill. And then this is that right there. Those are my pumpkins, and I have white squash in there, and just then it just keeps going further and further back. So got a lot of pumpkins and a lot of squash in the garden this year. You're gonna hear my wind chimes, and if the wind is blowing, just a nice gentle breeze out here, and this is usually where I sit in the evening. I have my little blanket back here and my pillows, and I prop my feet up and I sit out here and just watch the sunset. So I'll share some footage of that with you as well. I went back to campus on Monday, and I was tested for COVID, and I just checked about probably a half hour ago on the website to see if my results came back yet, and they haven't come back. So we were supposed to have an in-service on Wednesday, and all faculty were supposed to attend, and Samantha, my daughter, she was finishing up her PhD in infectious disease, and I did post this on Instagram, but for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, Samantha defended her dissertation, and she is now Dr. Sam. So she, infectious disease, and she was doing some pretty heavy research, and she did a really, really beautiful job. She did a fine job. So I was in Bluefield when it was strange because of COVID. They had 10, or I don't know how many seats they had it in a conference room, and they had so many seats available for the committee members and then people that work in her lab. And there was one or two that decided they were going to watch on Google Zoom, or one of those things. So there were 2 seats. So Tuesday afternoon, Samantha said, "Mom, there's 2 seats open if you want to come." So I got in my car, and Wednesday morning I was up early and drove up to Pittsburgh, and I got there exactly on time, so I was able to be there. So she did probably about a half hour to 45 minutes of a lecture with her slides, and then everybody that was in the room left except for the committee members, and then they asked her questions about her research. So yeah, and then they had a little champagne party with these really, really good macaroon cookies. Oh my gosh, they were so good. So they had those, and then we went back to Sam's house, and she had some folks from the lab and just some friends and everything come by and congratulate her. So it was really nice, very, very nice. So I've been busy. I've been doing a lot of sewing and a ton of yard work. Like I said, we had 2 trees down. The one tree, which was, just right over here, that one was very tall, and it was very dead, so that definitely needed to come down immediately. I'm drinking iced tea. I probably slurped, sorry. Anyway, so we had that done, and just, there's just so many things that I was trying to do in light of the fact that I, was coming back onto campus, and, my time is very limited once I start teaching. So I was trying to get as much of the heavy duty stuff out of the way as I possibly could. So, but the first thing I want to share with you, it's a gift that I gave to my neighbor's daughter, who was my daughter Jacqueline's best friend. And it's a dress with a little elastic headband with a little rosette flower on it, and I'll insert a picture of it. And then I made the little shoes. So this was a shoe that I made that was it was a little bit too small. The other one I had to cut it down a little bit, but this is the little shoe. So with the little ties, and these get tied across, and then this is too big for the shoe, but I made a smaller little rosette that went on the shoe. And then you'll see the dress, but the skirt part of the dress was made out of these little this pattern, and I love this fabric. I just think it's so cute. I just love every bit of it. It's just got all kinds of really cute little farm scenes, and it's just really sweet. So that, and then of course I had to go back. I'm going to make some more of these, and I am going to put them in my Etsy shop. But then I went and got this fabric, and this will be the bodice part of the next dress. And then I have a lot of this fabric, so this will be the skirt, and I'll have the same little headband. It's an elastic headband with a little rosette. And then the shoes I'm going to make out of like a tan denim, and then this is going to be this will be the bodice. So you can see. So I went and got this at Joann's to match. So I think that'll be fun. So yeah, the one thing with these shoes, this is a pattern. Let me find it. It's a simplicity pattern. Here it is. And if anybody's interested, it comes in all different styles. Like you can see, you can put little faces like little monkeys and little bears. So it comes in a variety of different styles. And the pattern, the tissue part of the pattern is huge because it has all kinds of, all these different sizes, like small, medium, and large. And then it gives you for the age of the child. I think it goes up to, it might go up to 2T or 3T. I'm not sure. Anyway, so the problem with it, with this pattern that I found was, see, the inside is the same as the skirt, and this is the same as the skirt. But the thing that I didn't like about it was that it's all unfinished on the inside, so you can see all those raw edges, and I was trying to figure out how to get rid of that. So let me see if I can find this. I think it's in this book. No, it's in this one. So this is a book, it's called Precious Baby Day Gowns. And this is Martha Pullen from her collection. And she does all the heirloom sewing, and she's just great. So they give you directions in here on how to do the shoe in a way similar to the way that you would make a bag, and then you pull one part of the shoe inside out like you would do if you were doing a bag. And when I was reading the directions, I was like, I don't know if I know if I can do that. It didn't really make sense to me. So I was laying in bed the other night, and I just couldn't fall asleep because I kept thinking about this. How am I going to do this? So I think I can do it. So I'm going to try it again over the weekend, and I will keep you posted. But I'm going to make another one of these for another friend of mine that just had a baby. I think Emily's baby she was born in May, June, July, August. So I'd probably make her a 4T, or maybe 6 months. I don't know. I'll have to look. But anyway, I'm going to make one for Emily's baby, and then I'll have two with the shoes and the little headband and everything in my Etsy shop. So that's that. Knitting. I finished, last time I was on the podcast, I was finishing up this. I think I had just started it. And it was cold one day, and I wore this. I laid it out in the sun. It's kind of wrinkly, and the end is not. I wore it and didn't even weave that in. I'm awful. But I finished this, and I really like these. The yarn is fabulous. It's really soft, and I mentioned it in my last podcast. And so I have these two. I just love them. They're really soft, and I think they have alpaca and silk and merino wool, and they're just absolutely lovely. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is this is a scarf that I made years and years ago. And I love this scarf. I love the colors. I just think it's just really fun. It's soft. It's a little toothy with the wool, but it's not scratchy. But I have no idea how this happened. See, I have no clue. And then there's another one in here. It's in the black. So, So I have to fix that, and once I get that done, then I'm going to wear this winter. I'll block it again and wear it because it's very pretty, very bright. The only other thing that I have that I wanted to show you, other than after I end this video, I have a couple other videos that I have included in this. One that shows the candles that I've been making, and another one that shows the soap. And then there's another video that shows the tree coming down, which I did post that on Instagram. If you haven't seen it, it's here. Oh my gosh, I don't know how those guys do that. They came out, and there were 3 of them, and they came out, well, first of all, they were supposed to come on Thursday, and I don't quite understand how this works, but they were supposed to come Thursday. I waited, you know, probably till, they said they would be at my house between like 10 and 11. So I waited. They didn't show up. It's now 1 o'clock, and they said, he's texting me, yeah, we're still going to come, we're going to come, and then, sorry, we'll come tomorrow. But we'll be there between 8:30 and 9. So I'm up for the ready, had my coffee, I'm all ready to go. Waiting. Nope. Texted him, nothing. So at 11 o'clock, he sends me a text message and says that his wife wanted him to go to an auction, and he had no idea. So he was at an auction. Okay. So that was Friday. So Saturday, he came. He said he was coming between 8:30 and 9, and he showed up at 11:30. And I didn't even know he was here because I looked out my front door, and there I see them all. So they had a chipper, and they started off, and they took all the great big branches off the top of the tree, as much as they could get off, and then they tied a rope around the tree, and it was pointing down towards my driveway, and there's a guy holding the rope, and then this other guy with the chainsaw, and he starts sawing, and then all of a sudden you see him go start pulling, and you could see it slowly start to go, and then it snapped, and you'll see the video. That is one dangerous job, that's for sure. So I'll share that with you as well. So the last thing that I want to show you is I have been watching the cutest podcast. I really like it. It's called Stitches by Mrs. D. I hope I said that right. Her name's Paula, and she is so talented, and she's really funny. You know, she's got just a really very subtle sense of humor, and she's a really good storyteller, and she makes beautiful garments, beautiful dresses. She's got great color sense, and she also has an Etsy shop with the same name, Stitched. I think it's either Stitches or Stitched by Mrs. D, and she makes project bags, and she makes teddy bears, and the cutest teddy bears. They're tiny teddy bears and bunnies, and they have little knickers and little they have little jumpers, little sweaters on, that she does all this by hand. She says she doesn't even have a pattern. So if you get a chance to watch her podcast, please zip over to her, because she's darling. I really enjoy watching her podcast. But what Paula did was she made the Helen Stewart, I think it's Helen Stewart, the Stillness shawl. And I wanted, what I cast it on, I'll show you. This is my kind of go-to mindless scarf that I always make, and I really like this. This is the Hitchhiker, and it's so easy, and it's just, you know, I can just take this anywhere and I can have a conversation with people. I love the yarn, and that's showing up, and that's really true to color. I love the yarn, and I really like this, but I feel like this should be a shawl. I feel like this should have the colors, because there's so many beautiful colors in here. There's like a burnt orange, and there's a teal, and then that gorgeous subtle pink. It's really pretty. And when it knits up, I really think it knits up really, really pretty. So I'm going to take this off the needles, and I'm going to save this until I can find the colors that I want. And I think this is going to be, if I like doing the stillness shawl like I think I'm going to like, then I will find I think it's 3 colors, A, B, and C. I'll find the colors that I want to incorporate and use this. So what I'm going to do first, I'll try it with these, and these are the colors that I'm going to go with to do the stillness shawl. So I think I'll do those 3, and that's coming in pretty good. Yeah, that looks good. So these are the colors that I'm going to start with, and I'll make this one, and then I'll do another one with those other colors. So so yeah, I'm gonna do, oh, the other thing, I'm afraid to move for fear everything falls down. There's a blouse pattern. It's right on my porch, and I will go get it. I go down on this thing, it sounds like a ton of bricks. There's an arm right here, and every time you sit down, the arm makes a sound. My hair this summer has been a mess. When I went to Samantha's dissertation, I had to get up early in the morning and drive, and for some reason, I don't know if it's my water here versus the water in Bluefield, but the water in Bluefield, my hair ends up frizzing, and it looks so dry. Then when I come home and I wash my hair a couple times here, it's all nice and soft and shiny. So today was a good hair day, but when I went to her dissertation, this was like all stuck out. It looked horrible. I ended up pulling it back in a ponytail. Ugh. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Here's the blouse pattern. I haven't decided on, I have to go down in my basement to my fabric shop and see what I can find. So I think Sherry Iris had made this one. She made one with the square collar. So I kind of think that I might do this one. And I just really like jersey fabric. It's comfortable for me. It doesn't, you know, I mean, I'm so busy. I need stretch. I need to be, and I'm always active, so I need to be able to move around without having my clothes all bunched up. So I'm probably going to do this one in a jersey, and then I don't know which one I'll try next. I really like that square neck, so I might do that one. I think if there's anything else. Oh, I'll just show you these books. I'm really enjoying sewing. I really liked making, the shoes were a little fiddly. the little dress was, it had its moments, and I just really enjoy it. But the thing that I really like about sewing is that if you do kind of like what this book says, fine machine sewing, if you work at it in a slow pace and not feel like you have to run your machine, like it's, you're on a racetrack or something, and you take your time, you can really make some really beautiful garments. And the one thing that I'm going to make for myself, and I'm sure I have a pattern that's very similar to this, but I love that dress. Let's see if I can. I just love that. And I think that you could even, with some jersey fabric or whatever, you could wear that even in the winter with some boots and a cute sweater. I think it would look nice. So, yeah, that is something I'm going to make. But right now, all I've been wearing is the leggings and these kind of sweaters, and I'm sick of it. I need a new wardrobe. So I'm going to try to do some sewing and make some clothes. And these kinds of books, like I've watched a lot of Martha Pullen's videos that she used to do when she did the heirloom sewing, and I know she did a lot of sewing for babies and things, but you can still get some really good techniques from it. I like to just kind of take my time and really enjoy the whole process of sewing. So I've been doing that, and then in the evening I come out and I just sit out here with my knitting and a cup of tea, and I have to show you. I hope they have a color picture. Yes, they do. Hopefully. Oh my gosh. I don't have any grandchildren, but look at how sweet they are. The shoes are what I wanted to show you. Oh, this I think is beautiful. Little diaper bag. And I'll show you one here. If you can see, look at how pretty the little bib and this little christening dress and the bonnet, and look at those shoes. Sorry, my nails. I have gardener hands, and my nails are a mess. But yeah, that is beautiful. So, yeah, I'm gonna try my hand at some more sewing and see what I can come up with. If you haven't seen the Stillness shawl, the way she describes the shawl is just beautiful. It's just talks about times in our life when stillness is important. And right now, with all the uncertainty, I think I started to talk about I've been all over the map here, but I started to talk about our classes, and we were supposed to start classes on Thursday, but because they don't have all the test results back from the lab when everybody on campus had to be tested, we had to go online Thursday and Friday, and then Monday we were supposed to start face-to-face. And face-to-face is they have shields for the professors and masks. It's a face recognition camera. You have to get your temperature taken every day and fill out a form, and then you get a color-coded wristband. And if you have been exposed to someone who tested positive or has symptoms, then they won't let you in the door and you have to go get retested. And that takes several days. So when I was in Pittsburgh, Samantha's conference area was at the Hillman Cancer Center. They had the same thing. You just stand in front of it, looks like a cell phone, and you just stand there and it takes your temperature and reads it right away, and then they're standing there with masks and everything. So, you know, it's a new way of living. And I think I said this before on another podcast. I just remember seeing all the film and the footage from other countries when this first started and everybody's wearing masks, and I just thought that was so strange. And now, you know, I carry my mask with me, and if you don't have a mask on and you're in a store, you know, people look at you instead of it being the other way around. So I don't like this. I don't like wearing a mask. I don't like the social distancing. You know, I don't like it at all. But there's nothing we can do about it at the moment. You know, I would wear a million masks and do social distancing as long as it's going to protect someone and protect me. So, you know, it is what it is. So, so that's all I have. I'm trying to keep things a little bit shorter. I know everybody's time is precious, and I know you can stop and start and watch the videos anytime you want, but I'm going to try to keep it down to a minimum, and that way maybe I will be on more often to update you. So so anyway, I hope everybody has a really nice weekend, and I look forward to talking to you soon. There was one thing, the giveaway. I will come back on, and I'll do the random generator, because the last podcast I showed some yarn and I was going to do a giveaway, but I will come back on in a couple days, and that will be an exclusive podcast just to share the winner with that. So if it's, you know, if you still want to get in there in the next couple days, I think I ask what is your favorite fiber arts project that you like to work on. So anyway, I hope you all are safe, and I want to say one more thing. I just want to thank, I do have a couple new subscribers. I want to thank those new subscribers for joining me, and I also want to thank everybody that's returning, and I also really appreciate the kind words and your comments, and I hope that you would hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and please, you know, a nice comment. I always write something back to everybody when they comment. It's always nice to hear from everybody, and I feel like we have a nice little network of people coming along. So I hope that you continue to watch, and like I said, I'm really grateful to have you here with me. So thank you so much, and bye for now.